Well, welcome back to the morning show right here on ETV. It is a thankful Thursday, and it is just 14 minutes rather after the hour 7, and it's time for chatting sports right here on the morning show. And one specific conversation we need to have is around the Special Olympics, right? Special Olympics South Africa has launched the Adopt an Athlete campaign earlier this year, and this was to help raise funds to get the 2023 Special Olympics national team to the Special Olympics World Summer Games out in Berlin, and it's taking place later on this year in July. And joining us this morning to just tell us a little bit more about what Special Olympics is and this campaign that they're running is none other than the CEO of Special Olympics herself, Ancilla Smith. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Obi. How are you?
Good, thanks to yourself.
Good, good. Very excited to be here.
Thank you very much for coming through. I do know it was a very early morning for you, but it's something that you're probably used to at this point of time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's talk about Special Olympics. This is, it's not something we talk about quite often enough, and something that you just raised across the table right now is that we don't talk a lot about it, but most importantly, we are the ones that always bring the most medals as well.
Thank you, yes.
Tell us a little bit more about what Special Olympics really is.
So I think Special Olympics is a global organization, firstly. We operate in over 180 countries globally. We are actually the biggest amateur sporting federation in the world currently, with over 7 million athletes that participate. I think where people often make a mistake or get confused is when you mention Special Olympics, people immediately think of Paralympics.
Sure.
What distinguishes us from Paralympics is that we focus on athletes with an intellectual disability, whereas Paralympics is obviously for athletes with physical disabilities.
Sure. So that is the only difference between Special Olympics and the Paralympics.
I mean, there's other differences. I think, firstly, that we are not an elite sports organization, so athletes compete within their disability level. So Special Olympics as an organization is able to encompass athletes from every disability level with intellectual disabilities. So we really ensure that everyone has the same opportunity to compete and advance.
Sure. Let's talk about this Adopt an Athlete campaign, something that is quite huge. I mean, there's been a lot of press releases that have been coming out, a lot of articles have been written about it as well. And I think I've seen a lot of companies as well also jumping into, adopt athletes. Just tell us a little bit more about what the idea was when you started it back in 2016, this Adopt an Athlete.
Sure. Obviously, we're an NGO, number one. Secondly, there's no costs for our athletes to participate. I think that's one of the things that really distinguishes Special Olympics. So as an organization, we carry all of the costs of our team going across two World Games. I think also we understand that a lot of our athletes come from disadvantaged backgrounds. So we literally supply everything that they need, including toiletries, underwear, so that they can be proud when they represent our country.
As you say this, I'm thinking to myself, where is the Department of Sports in this whole conversation? I mean, I do understand that it's an amateur sport, but you are raising the flag high across the continent. So what are the conversations between you guys and the Department of Sports?
So we are very, very, very proud to announce that for the first time in the last year's national games, the Department of Sport did start engaging with us.
Nice.
And that they have actually committed to covering the costs of the flights for the entire delegation going across to Berlin. So a massive thank you to the Minister and the National Department. I actually had the privilege of meeting the Minister early this week. So
that is big news. That is big news for all the athletes and for Special Olympics itself, right? But let's talk about now, the players that are heading over that side. I mean, you are saying that they are getting, a bit of, funding in regards to the flights and all that stuff. But I do understand that there could be a little bit more that you could get from corporate South Africa as well. What are some of the calls that you would like to make, or some of the things that you would need to be able to get these athletes, to be fully equipped as they're going out to Berlin?
Sure. So, again, we provide everything. So it costs us in the region of around 40 to 50,000 to send an athlete across. So although, yes, all the plane tickets are covered, we still need to cover the apparel, the suitcases, the sports equipment. And yes, corporates have come on board. Massive shout out to African Bank. Our chairperson, Dr. Porsa, has personally sponsored 2 athletes to come across. And there are a number of organizations that have donated apparel, tracksuits. So we are getting there. but we still do need support, and we still ask corporates to please get on board. It's 40,000 Rand to ensure that an athlete goes across and gets an opportunity to live out their dreams.
Sure. We hope that everyone is listening out, and hopefully your people will come through and assist. But you only got about 5 weeks before the games start. And just wrapping up the conversation, how have the preparations went in regards to the players themselves preparing themselves for the games?
Really, really well. Ever since we advanced the team in November last year, a lot of the provinces have come on board to help us do training camps for our athletes to be well prepared.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And Ancilla, I wish you all the best. And just in closing, 2019. What were you up to in 2019? What was going on in your life in 2019?
2019, I was in the United Arab Emirates with the 2019 national team.
Nice.
And we came back with 64 medals, 35 gold, 15 silver, and 12 bronze medals.
Yeah.
We killed it.
That makes me proud to be African today, right here on the morning show, as we are celebrating Africa Day. And of course, we're also playing a game right here called Vavasye in the year of 2019. Thank you so much to Ancilla Smith joining us this morning. Just give us a little bit more information, a little bit more background around the Special Olympics South Africa. They do compete out in Berlin later on in July this year. So if you do have the urge or have the ability to be able to adopt an athlete, do make sure to check out their websites. All the information is there, and you'll be able to just be part of the people that are helping make South Africa a greater place to be. We take a break. Loads more coming up right here on The Morning Show.